Yo, bartender.
Bar's closed.
Hey, yo, bartender, what's good, man? Let me get a drink, man. Let me get a shot.
Hey, man, I know you just pulled up to the bar, but we closed.
Come on, man. You gotta be able to give me a shot, man. Come on.
You look like you need a drink, man, but I hate to tell you this, man. We about to close.
So you need to tell me all these people out here, they got drinks and they got shots, but I can't get nothing. The bar closed that soon?
Okay, man, I don't know what else to say. I got this shorty half my age at the crib, and I'm trying to get to it. But last call was 10 minutes ago.
You know what? It's alright. Don't even worry about it. Don't worry about it.
All right. Tell you what, I'm gonna get you one drink, cause it look like you need it.
One drink? I can do one drink. I can do one drink, cause I really, yeah.
Hey, man, anything, man. Look like you got a lot on your mind and you need a friend right now. Pour it on me. Ain't no last calls here.
Bar Talk with Jay.
Now, I gotta get back to y'all with a person been rocking with me for over 5 years now. Comes in this studio with a smile every time. Craftmatic, how you doing tonight, big baby?
Man, I'm doing good, Jay. Everything's lovely, bro.
Y'all ladies need to pay attention to this.
Yeah, and listen, everything's actually better than lovely.
Okay.
Just going through this place in my life where the Lord has lifted a lot of burdens off of me.
Okay.
And I'm just kind of flying free now. You know?
Woo, free.
Free. Freedom. But not just the worldly freedom. I think spiritual freedom.
Okay.
The Lord has just touched my heart in such a way that I'm always just full of grace, and I walk around all day long just chanting, God's scripture and how He's thanking Him all day long. Jesus just keep coming up in my mind, and I'm just on a great path of life, man, and I feel good about who I am and where I am, and I got some major objectives to accomplish, and so I'm just fired up about life, man. How you doing tonight, Smooth Jay?
Man, I'm gonna tell you, man, I'm excited because the unknown is starting to be known.
Yes.
You're worried about what's gonna happen here. You're worried about over here. Some things you can't control. So what I do is I calm myself and I try to work within my circle, so I can figure out what's outside my circle. Because I do like that outside the box.
Yeah.
But you better know what's inside your house.
Yes.
So I'm trying to get closer to the people I deal with. I'm trying to see who really gonna be in my corner, where I can really push things through, where I can elevate,
Yes.
where I can soar. And I'm noticing this pandemic done screwed some things up, bro.
It has.
And it's causing people to really reach.
Really reach.
And
I'm getting it. Yeah.
just understand, show your worth.
Show your worth.
Don't run your mouth. Show me your worth.
Show me your worth.
Because again,
your words don't mean nothing. It's all about your worth.
and a lot of people ain't worth 2 cents that they talking. and my whole thing is I talk a lot of stuff and I do a lot of different things, but don't get me wrong, you might not want to come over here with that. I'm just trying to tell you on the upfront, don't let this sense of humor fool your ass. I'm really about that, okay? It ain't about that fighting and all that dangerous stuff. I'm about that business, okay?
Yes.
We're gonna take it to the limit. I'm the kind of person, we're gonna go to the wire because I want it just as bad as you. So I'm gonna see who's gonna give out first. That's just how I am. I'm competitive, but I'm just not talkative and lazy. And that's not my thing.
Yeah.
Every day.
I was listening to 2 guys on TV talking the other night, and one of them looked at the other one. He was like, you know what? You all talk.
Ooh.
He said, I get stuff done. He said, I'm making things happen all over this community. You're just talking. You know what I mean? And he was actually talking to a preacher when he said that, right?
Okay.
So, it's really about getting things done. Show your worth. A great way to introduce our show. This is Bar Talk with Jay. My name is Craftmatic. This is my boy Smooth Jay. And of course, we are here to liberate your minds and souls with a great dialogue. Tonight, we are talking really from a real man's perspective, but we're going to open it up to the women's side too.
That's a quote now. Remember, you reading a quote.
Yeah, this is just a quote, right? The topic goes like this. I will not be mentally, spiritually, psychologically, emotionally, or financially abused by you females.
Woo!
And we're going to flip that script. By you men, by you knucklehead men, I know there's some women out there who can't identify this. I will not be mentally and financially abused by you females. We hope that there is some gravy in this conversation for you. We hope that you're going to learn something, grow, and just become more of your greatest possibility, especially in the area of relationships. How do our stories make a difference? How do our opinions make a difference? What would you do? What are you going to do? What is your story? And of course, just find a way to be therapeutic and learn something and grow here tonight. We are truly, truly grateful for your presence, especially for those of you who are live with us tonight. And those of you who are watching at a later date, thank you again for your time and attention. This 1 power hour, we believe you're going to really enjoy what we got to say here tonight. We always start the show off with a prayer.
Craft.
And go ahead, Jay.
I got a request for you.
Oh, man, you going to put me on the spot.
I got to put you on the spot.
Talk to me.
Kalea called me, and she told you about hands, and her real name is Mary. And I told you that, you know, she was in ICU. She's out of ICU.
Right.
But what the world don't know is they called on me if I can get the prayer warrior Craft to pray over her. She was in a bad state. This time this person was able to recover. She's slowly coming out of it. Her health is getting better, you know, through the grace of good Lord. But you gave a prayer for her that I heard. And I know the Lord heard because he answered.
Yeah.
But I like the world to hear.
Yeah.
Them words of encouragement that you gave for her. And I heard, and it hit my soul when this man did it. And again, he might not be ordained, but I promise you, this is the man that's been touched. He sits right next to him, I promise you. Because the way he gave me that deliverance of the words that he gave me for her.
Thank you, Jay.
My goodness, I promise you, I felt so much different just by listening to his words.
Yeah.
Can you share that a little bit with them? And hopefully it touches, and I just use her first name because I want all y'all to know we were willing to pray over you every show. Anybody going through anything, this man said, I will do it with no problem. And I have no problem opening my show up to you because I don't know who all hurt me. I don't need no more people dying. I need people to understand. Turn to him. Rejoice in him. If you might not be going to church, come on over here. This ain't church. This is just us being spiritual and opening up, and we're trying to get us to open up our eyes. All three.
Yes.
Y'all might know what that means.
Yes.
But all three. For we can all get along.
There you go. There you go.
Go ahead, Grant.
Yeah, man. What a powerful idea. He called me to pray for her. I prayed for her, and I just asked the Lord to do what he's supposed to do. I don't have any particular powers in my own accord. I just understand the Lord. And my connection to the Lord is my word. And speaking his word really makes a difference. It can change. It can radically change your life. If you don't understand what I mean, ask somebody about the word. And once you start getting that word in you, it's like reprogramming your whole spirit. It'll reprogram everything about your future and about your situation and circumstances. So we got to get that word in us. Tonight I wanted to just pray over the idea of gratitude. There are so many of us, you know, this last 2 years have been the most extreme years probably in the history of mankind. There's so many battles to face and so many people going through so many things, so many people who almost lost their life. They almost died from COVID. There's so many people who got the bug and you know, it was hard for them, but they got through it. You know, there were people who lost jobs and had no idea how they were going to make it to the next month or through, especially through the next year. But somehow you made it. There are those people who were in trouble, in a bad situation, on the edge of a cliff, but somehow you made it. And the prayer tonight is just designed to thank God for just making it to right here. And so, Heavenly Father, we ask that you would just come into this place and be with us.
Yes.
We thank you for all your graces and mercy and your power and your strength. And we want tonight, Lord, just simply and with our most genuine, heartfelt gratitude, thank you for bringing us through to right now. You saved us over and over again. You protected us. You prospered us through challenging situations. You continue to advance us every day, inside and out. You continue to nourish us. Sometimes we spend a lot of time alone, perhaps, but you are always there to comfort us and to talk to us and to walk with us and to strengthen us and encourage us and lift us. And we just want to thank you tonight for who you are in our lives. We go nowhere, we do nothing without the presence of the Lord. And I just thank you tonight, Lord, for your strength and your courage and your power. And I want you to know, Lord, that no matter what happens in the future, I'm going to count on you. I'm always going to be in the camp of you, Lord. I'm always going to seek your presence. I'm always going to want to know you. I'm always going to want to lift you up. I'm always going to want to have you to be my guide and lead in my wholeness and my strength and my power in my life. I am nothing without you, and I just give you all the grace and all the praise. I give you all the light that you deserve for what you are doing to our lives. You protect us and help us, and we just thank you for everything. We just thank you for everything. I ain't got the words to say it, Lord. I should speak in tongue now, but I ain't got the words to say all that I feel about being grateful for you and you being in our life. We ask, Lord, that you would be here tonight in this show. Speak your word as you normally do. Allow it to be edifying to your spirit and make it be wise, whole, and intelligent. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. I'm telling you, the world, if you didn't know, this man do this for any and everybody. You know, this is what he loves to do. So again, I don't know who all going through what. Again, I really feel like, you know, with him on my side, Kraft that is, let alone the Lord, but with Kraft, you know, 2 or more, you know, he's listening.
Yeah, he's listening.
And we have dialogues all the time, and I don't mind sharing what somebody else is going through with him, for we can get a good word to give to the Lord. You know, for we can see our work. You know, where I can feel why I'm here. You know, I want to know why I'm here. The Lord shows me by what your actions are. Just don't talk. Talk to me.
Yes.
Get people to talk to you. Let them know of me.
Yeah.
And I really enjoy it through Kraft, because Kraft gives it to me in a way I can digest it. Because I already have my own relationship, but it's great to have another relationship with another man. And ATL, please understand, we ain't talking all that craziness. We talking about that relationship to understand what we here for, a purpose, not to be diluted with other stuff. I want to make sure we understand, for we can gratitude him, show all that gratitude for all what he done, all what he do, and then we can then rejoice.
Right. And
again, we want to just boast and talk.
Yeah, see, the Lord love it. You know, I don't know how it all works, but the Lord love it when you give him your praise. When you look at the ground beneath your feet and you say, "Oh, I see what you did, Lord." Somehow there's just some magic in that. When you look at your life and you see the valley that you just went through, you look back over your shoulder, you be like, "I don't know how I made it. How in the world did I get through that? You know, I don't even know where the money came from, and you know what inspired me to do this at this time and transfer this." You know, man, I'm telling you, he's done some miraculous things in our life, and he deserves so much more than we normally give him. And so I know Mary, who just got out of ICU, is probably filled with gratitude tonight. I'm sure that prayer aligns just perfectly with her spirit. And we all need to stand in gratitude. Gratitude is a great way to live your whole philosophy of life. If he knows that you appreciate what you have, then he's okay with giving you more. But he's not going to give you something and it not be covered in praise, it not be covered in gratitude. That's the paint before we go to the next level, you know. So, we got just a few more minutes before we take our first break. I believe about 3 minutes, Boo? Couple minutes? Okay. And I just want to quickly ask you the question. This is a Minecraft segment.
Okay.
How do you keep yourself motivated? How do you keep yourself motivated? With all of this naysaying, this nonsense, and these doubts, and these fears, and this, you know, negative world that we live in, how do you keep yourself up and going? The question is really designed to ask you, how do you get life done? You see, a dead battery is no good to no one.
Right.
We have to recharge our batteries. And other than eat and sleep, how else do we need to recharge our battery? We first need the greatest nourishment is the nourishment of the mind. We need to renew our mind, refresh our mind on a daily basis. I want you to have a self-talk that is constantly positive and strengthening your world. Self-talk, right? I do prayers all day long. I'm walking across the showroom floor from my manager to my customer, and in the back of my mind, I'm saying, thank you, Lord, for what you're doing. Thank you, Lord, for giving me the opportunity to make this deal. Yes. Thank you, Lord, for what you did for me yesterday. All day long, I'm in the spirit of prayer. That is one of the ways to keep yourself motivated, prayer.
Right.
One of the other ways, exercise. A 10-minute, 15-minute walk a night will change your life.
I agree.
Because it not only will get your blood moving, but what it does is it frees your mind from all the nonsense. When you're in the house, there's this rattle going on in the house, the TVs or the music or people talking, the noise making, and all kinds of stuff. But when you're outside just walking and you're free and clear, it'll give your mind a sense to relax. Mm-hmm. Affirmations are a major way. Visualizations, reading books, audio books, take in new information, listening to sermons, go to YouTube and get motivational videos, audio CDs. Earl Nightingale is a great place to start if you want some motivation. How do you keep yourself motivated? Well, it has to be self-initiated. Take the time to take care of yourself. Your mind is your greatest friend. Take time to take care of it. And I'll leave it at that. It is time for us to take our first break. And I hope you folks are enjoying the show so far. I got a couple of nice tracks here that I think represent our topic for tonight. And you folks stay tuned. We're going to be right back with more Bar Talk with Jay right after this. Welcome back.
What did you say, Kraft, about that song?
Well, I believe that song represents some of the temperament that's going to come out on this show tonight. And I wanted to play something kind of familiar with folks. And we heard that song several times, many a times, and that song has really come from a place of somebody who's been hurt.
Correct.
And they've been hurt maybe many times. They've been hurt deeply. And I think it's time to speak about that pain.
Hurt people hurt people.
So tonight's topic goes like this: I will not be mentally, spiritually, psychologically, emotionally, or financially abused by people. I will not. Now, for somebody to get to their place where they're so stern in their spirit, where they say, I will not let this happen again, those people are dealing with some things from the past.
Correct.
And those things, in my mind, I always think of, no matter whether it's good or bad, those things are brick walls that keep the enemies out. Right?
Correct.
Because, if you've been hurt by a certain type of person, and that type of person show up again, it'll keep you from getting hurt again. Right?
If you learned your lesson.
If you learned your lesson, right? And so, what comes to your mind, Jay, with this topic?
All right. Time has some fun listening. Disclaimer: what I'm about to say might not fit you, and everything I say don't fit you, and it ain't you. Just get over it.
This is a unisex show, by the way. Whatever comments coming out,
it's just my personal view.
Make it your first person.
So again, my personal view is, again, when I heard, and I used that topic because Barb asked me, why don't you change it up to make it unified for both? I said, no, it was a topic. We're going to talk about it because as people post stuff and everybody likes stuff, that's how they feel. And I feel like you put it out there in social media, we're going to talk about it right here. Okay? Because it's not my topic, but I'm willing to talk about what you're not able to or wanting to. Because again, you've been scoring and you want to make sure you're not scoring again. But one of the things I can tell you is the things you went through is what you had to learn from. Why in the hell are you getting it to somebody else? Okay? It is a teaching. Take that teaching, learn from it, and you have that resolve. But what I learned is you take it and you give it to somebody else. Now, like, you are the author of the person that know this ain't gonna happen to me. That's why I happened your ass the first time, because you ain't learned humility. You got to sit back and realize humbleness works better than this stuff that we got today. Social media ain't to be played with how we're playing. You're using it in the wrong way, okay? If somebody did something to you, you have to figure out what it is. And if you decide to walk away, the world don't need to know about that situation. Now, the next person shouldn't have to go to Facebook to see you've been hurt. To see what all you've been through because you post everything that happens to you. That's not necessary. But what I will tell you that I feel is once you learn from it, you grow from it, and then you shouldn't have to respond to somebody else because of what somebody responded to you. Grow and be better. Everybody don't always come with good intent. They don't. So now I build up a wall for the next person that did not cause me that harm.
Yeah, but that's a good wall, though, Jay. That's not a bad
No,
wall.
no. You gotta understand, though.
You suggested that's a bad
If
wall.
I've been hurt, my wall is because of the vulnerableness I gave to one person, okay? So I understand I shouldn't be giving all that so freely. So I built that part up. But don't overjudge just because you don't know. Because then you won't help. Then you become more numb. You was never that way. You let that one person take you away from your spirit. Your spirit was to be given. Your spirit was not to be hurt. That person just took advantage of you. I really feel like we've been hurt so much, we're not ourselves no more. It's hard to trust anybody. I can't really relate to anyone. But sometimes you got to put it on the line. You don't know where things going to go. But bottom line is, if I build this wall up, I'm going to be cruel and I'm going to be mean to everyone. And that's not for you. But that's what I feel like I have to do. Because I have to protect myself. Well, I really feel like, yes, the protection is needed. But all these things that we do is not. Because everybody don't mean harm. Like I ran up on somebody. And I seen aggressively, they was almost offended. And I did not mean no harm. I ain't come up telling them how beautiful you were or anything. I'm like, ma'am, can you hold up for a second? Because when she was driving by me, her side door was open. I didn't want her to sideswipe somebody. So I flew up on the side of her as best I could, rolled my window down. Ma'am, could you slow up for a minute? I'm trying to point to the side door. She thinking I'm trying to holler. She just wanted to turn the other way. And I'm sitting there like, okay. But I ain't get mad. I drove up a little bit further. I seen her at a light. Took the time to get on the side of her again, just to let her know your side door is open. She looked over and was immediately, oh my God, thank you. Yeah, but you thought I wanted to do something else because automatically he want to harm me. Everybody's not out to harm. But she would have slapped another car with that side door. She might have been fired. She was in a company truck. You know, she just trying to do a regular job. Everybody makes mistakes. But if I can help a person, that's what I want to do.
But Jay, what you're kind of suggesting is that
Is what?
that it's, you know, it's you're supposed to trust people.
Not just trust, but you also supposed to get out there and lend that helping hand. Just because you've been hurt don't mean, I forget the world.
I mean, like this lady, I ain't probably never had nobody roll up on her like that.
Guess what?
Right? That was a good reason, right? But she did the right thing.
Right.
Run from your ass.
And again,
it's not a bad thing that she ran from you.
first of all, it wasn't.
Yeah,
but
but
if she would have hit a car with that side door,
it would have been horrible. But if you would have got in the back seat of her car and tried to, molest her, rape her or something, you know what I'm saying? That could have been the same thing.
My whole thing is intent. Intent. That's my whole thing. So if everybody start thinking a negative intent, we're going to have negative reactions, and that's all we ever going to get. I could have been like, something, I don't know that woman, the hell with her. I could have took the same negative approach. I'm not going to take that approach when I know for a fact what things can lead to a better world. My whole thing is this. Sometimes we have to figure out what we want to do. If it's something all out the way, I'm not trying to do. You over there arguing with yours, that's your business. My whole thing is I evaluate. If I see somebody driving erratic, I'm not trying to stop them you don't need to drive that way. That ain't my job. But when I see somebody dragging a chain on the ground, I see somebody that has something that's small can be something major. You feel me? Because I've been in this industry too long. I'm on a highway every day driving, and I'm seeing so many things that we can do to help one another, but we don't.
So let me ask you this. Let's kind of dive in right here.
Dive.
Have you ever been hurt?
Sure.
And how were you hurt? By
which way?
This woman.
I was hurt for the fact I was hurt because of the fact that I fell in love. I fell in love with a person because I was just in love with the fact that I wanted to be with that person.
So were you hurt because they stepped out
It
on
didn't
you?
work out.
Or
It didn't work out. I can't even say she stepped out.
Okay.
We called it off.
Okay. Tell me about a time you've been mentally, spiritually, psychologically abused by a woman. Like, you know, what's the real in this subject? Like, or they at least try. Like, what are the attempts that you've experienced with women?
One of the times that I was deeply hurt is when I was married, and my wife knew some things that I did. Now, she was acting a strange way, and she was very aggressive towards a lot of things that I was doing because she had knowledge and she didn't share it, okay? Now, with me, that wasn't her. And I really felt like, why is she acting this way, okay? So to me, I got on my ego. I got on my I got a good devil, a bad one. You know, that sometimes I think there's just the evil one and then more evil. It's like, yo, man, you don't need to take this from nobody. Who she think she is? And I'm like, you know something? You ain't gonna be like that with me. So I got more aggressive. And I ain't no violence, but I got more aggressive. And I'm like, no, we ain't doing all this. All right? Never told me what she knew. So again, we went through all this. It went back and forth. And it was kind of a miserable situation that we both went through for a minute and a half. Now, after we done divorced, went our way, and I squashed a lot of stuff, and I let it go because I had to have my peace, I finally realized, and she told me some of the things that she knew. Humility hits me now. Because if I would have known then what she told me, I wouldn't even act it that way. But again, that's me taking up ownership of my shit. The things that I know I did wrong, but I didn't want to claim. I wanted to just be that dude. Now, being that dude made me know I ain't that good dude. I was a foul dude, trying to play a good dude.
Okay.
So now I have to work differently because I want differently. And that's why I don't want to give up and say, you know, marriage is this because mine failed. No, I don't believe that. I feel like I didn't put all in. I don't feel like I measured up. Not comparing to nobody else. I'm doing my own evaluation.
Yeah.
And that's why I look at people and I be like, I'm not going to give up on y'all because I made mistakes too. Now I don't want nobody to give up on me.
Yeah.
So when I see something I want to correct it or help somebody out, that's why I do it, because no matter how much hurt came to me, some of that was my own fault. I didn't always buy in. I didn't always do the right thing. My character didn't show all the time.
Right.
I can't make up for that. It's no make up. It is to do better. And that's why I say I see things now and I want to respond. I want to do something. I don't want to let somebody do something when I can see that you don't mean no harm. You a good person.
Yeah, see, well, we talking about people who might just mean you some harm. Right?
Okay, now we gonna have another fun.
So
now you talking about somebody who's want to use my behind and play my butt.
Yes.
Check it out. I love playing cards, and I can read you just as fast as what you want to play me. How you want to play me, I want to play you too. We gonna play this game together. Cause at this point, I'm gonna drag you. Okay,
use you.
I'm a dog walk you.
They want to use you, right?
They want to use me. I'm a dog walk them.
Yeah.
Let me tell you
How
something
they trying
about
to
this.
use you, Jay?
What? Oh, can you do this for me? You'll never guess what. I got a flat tire, I need this. They're going to play that hero role. They want you to play a hero, but they really just want you to pay this and do this. You know, it's a nice restaurant. I ain't never even been there. It'd be so nice somebody take me there. Everybody know how they use things.
Running game.
Right, and as they run it, you can run it back. It's not a problem. I'd be more than happy to take you there. Me and you had this talk. We'll take you there and pay for it with no problem. Now you expect that to happen all the time. Now this the sad part. In the reality,
that's the sad part.
You want me to play your man, but you talking about I ain't your wife. You want a ring, but you want me to do all the stuff a man does, but you want me to put a ring on you. So now I got the full responsibility of you, and I'm barely knowing you. Listen, I'm not quick to put nothing on nobody, but I want to understand you. So as we go, we can learn, but don't be playing because I want to get to know you. So now it's only right for you to pay for my meal. I'm good with paying for a meal. That's not even an issue.
You know,
my issue is when you feel like you're gonna use me. Now it's a meal. Now, You'll never guess my phone about to get off. And I like talking to you, but you can help me with my phone. Now after you good bro with the phone, oh guess what? Now all of a sudden the water gonna get cut off. Let me help y'all out with game. If you went to the water bill about to get cut off, that means that's 2 months of your ass not paying. So listen, I'm gonna tell you right now.
What we're really talking about here is people who are playing.
But that's what they playing, bro. Because if they can get you to pay, it's less money out their pocket.
Mental, spiritual, psychological, emotional, financial abuse.
That's what happens when you get played.
Playing games, they're playing, right? And
can you blame them?
You can't blame them.
If you a sucker and don't do it, because that's all I hear.
But see,
well, if you gonna do it,
even if I can, I don't do it. Even if I could take advantage of somebody, I will not do it because I'm afraid of karma, and the Lord don't like ugly, and I just don't participate in that kind of stuff. But oftentimes, amateur players be trying to run game on us experienced players, and it just does not work, right? And so I have decided to kind of have a clean-cut life, right? That means I'm not going to allow anybody to come in. You ever have somebody to come into your life, and in a very short period of time, it kind of seemed like a struggle to just even be with them?
Yeah.
Like they're argumentative, or they talk too much, or they don't listen, or there's these parts that will come out where they're manipulative and they try to get free dinners all the time, or they always want to lean on the shield, so to speak. I've decided to basically remove those people from my life.
Don't blame me.
I don't need somebody who's going to drain me. I need somebody who's going to elevate me. I want somebody who's going to bring something valuable enough to my life that it enhances both of us.
Right.
But what I don't need is somebody creating drama. What I don't need is somebody who's really, in a lot of cases, I guess maybe less spiritually strong.
Or always got to be right.
Maybe always got to be right. Could be another one. But
argumentative.
I'm not looking for somebody who's necessarily, you can't judge people by their past experiences, but if they're dealing with hurt spirits, if they're dealing with challenged spirits, if they're dealing with negativity in their world, they may need more support than you may want to offer. They may give more. You may need to give more support, or they may need to give more support into you than they want to offer. That's sometimes heavy.
Very heavy.
That's heavy, right? Have you ever had a relationship with somebody, and every time you come around those people, they always want to talk about something negative?
Yes.
Yeah, and you want to counsel them. They're good people. You want to support them. But the mentality that they bring to the table is so heavy sometimes that you find yourself avoiding those people.
I just avoid them. I ain't trying to change them. I ain't want to do nothing. They brought that negative energy. I tried to bring a positive. As they kept bringing me the negative, I started showing another way of looking at things. When I did that and that don't work and they kept going, I backed away. Why? They had an eye closed. They called themselves woke. That third eye was closed. They feel like that's their way.
Yeah.
You can't change that. But what I can do is remove me from that.
Yeah.
Because at that point, I will frustrate myself. Because sometimes I feel like I can help when I can't.
Yeah.
All right? But what I can do is I can remove, and then they come back and they question, what happened to you? And I'd be like, well, all the stuff you was talking about, you and me. Because every time I brought something positive, you brought a negative.
I don't know if we need to tell people that, but maybe they need to hear that sometimes. Let's go ahead and take our final break. We're going to be right back with more Ball Talk with Kids. Welcome back. And tonight we are talking about that I will not be mentally, spiritually, psychologically, emotionally, or financially abused by other people.
Now, I think that quote came from a person that was hurt. And
Absolutely.
It was posted that way to make sure people know that this is not what I'm going to tolerate. And I do understand that, and I don't want the person that posted that or anybody to feel that way. to feel like I want you to tear down that wall and give everybody another chance. I feel like you have to evaluate everything that goes in your life to make a better understanding of you. But don't be so quick to judge the person that come in your life all by what you've been through. Give that person an opportunity to show you them.
Okay.
That's one of the things I would like to open up.
I like that. And what I hear coming out of this topic is I'm not going to be treated a certain way.
Right. And I like that.
It's setting boundaries for yourself. And I think that's so important in the world we live in.
Because if you allow somebody to abuse you, to talk down to you, and that ain't what you want, then you need them boundaries. Because that is something that you need. Period. Right?
Right.
But when you start judging another person that does not touch them boundaries, that's where I feel like we're overreaching.
Yeah.
My whole thing is certain things should be demanded. Okay? You're not going to disrespect me. You're not going to touch me. Okay?
Yeah.
We're not going to do that hands-on.
Yeah,
all right? Now,
that's definitely out.
And these are small things.
You know what, Jay?
But they did.
It comes down to this.
What's that?
What we're really talking about is that we all have shortcomings, right? And it really just a matter of whether you can live with my shortcomings. Can you live with my shortcomings, right? Now, we may live a life where you don't really have to face my shortcomings that much. Maybe I'm lazy at work. Right. And you don't really have to experience it too much, with the exception I can't get a better job and I don't keep a job or whatever the case may be. But people have shortcomings, and I want to just name a few of them because these are things that I'm just not willing to deal with.
Okay.
Right? Or ask yourself, these are things that you're willing to deal with. People who are impatient. People who are who have a sense of entitlement. What about selfish people? I can't allow selfish people to come into my world because I'm too much of a giver. Negative people. Will you allow negative people? Will you allow an irresponsible person into your life? You look at their whole life and they're very irresponsible. Are you going to let them into your business? Are you going to let them into your life? No. What about people who are just, unorganized? Maybe unclean. Maybe they, don't have good hygiene or something. That's something you got to pick your battles, right?
No, yeah, I'm picking that one.
Listen,
hygiene?
Maybe.
Right, I'm just saying, that one's huge.
Maybe.
You ain't
let me give you an example, and this is a very interesting idea, right? I had a lady friend many years ago, and she was super fine.
Okay.
Right? And she was the type of woman, she didn't like to wear underwear. She didn't like to wear panties, right? And, it was cute. It was beautiful, and it was kind of fun, you know what I mean? But, on the wrong type of day.
He said on a hot day.
On the wrong type of day, that, what you might find at the end in your underwear at the end of the day was probably on your pants. And it just happened to move every time your pants moved, and it wasn't a wonderful thing at all, right? And so I had to share with her this is what was going on. And listen, she totally understood.
Right.
Never an issue again.
Oh, okay. She corrected
you. Now I could have judged her, but I didn't judge her.
You did.
I just said, hey, here's what's going on, right? It's a real thing, right?
So what was on her pants?
I don't know.
I ain't like it. He didn't like it. Whatever it was, he didn't want it no more.
Well, it might not have been too bad. I wish I'd have been there, but never mind.
Hey, we just trying to figure it out, bro.
We trying to figure it out.
The point is that if I bring somebody into my life, right, and I bring you into my company, my circle, in my household, for example, you can't be an unclean person. You know what I'm saying? You got to clean up behind yourself. You're going to have to, wash dishes. You're going to have to help wash your towels and all that other stuff. If you're not that type of person, then you probably are gonna be shunned. Right? Every time you leave, I got work to do. No, that's not how it's going to be. You know what I mean? So I'm not going to bring somebody who I know is a certified bona fide liar in my life. They lie about everything. Their stories are the biggest fish they ever seen in the history of mankind. Liars or even known cheaters, right? Manipulators. There are people who try to talk fast and run game and be slick about their mouth. You know what I'm saying? I can't have nobody like that around me because that means I never know when to take them serious. There might come a place where their story is so compelling, I give in, and it's really some bullshit.
Yeah.
right? I can't have anybody who I can't trust in my circle. I don't want a shallow person in my circle. I don't want a person who just pops off at the mouth, right? Because you can never go around my friends and my constituencies just popping off at the mouth. Right. That doesn't match crap. I'm usually a pretty quiet guy, right. Laid back, you know. How about foolish people? Fools rush in where wise men fear to go. Mm-hmm. Right? A lot of people have gotten in trouble because they was with a foolish person.
I was a fool one time.
There's a lot of people who have been in the fights and shootouts because they was with somebody who was foolish and started that mess in the first place.
See, what happened was...
You ain't have no reason to be putting your hands on that man or walking up on him at the club or going out to your car and get your gun. You don't have no reason to be starting trouble.
See, what
I don't want nobody in my life who's a trouble starter.
I'm glad you came
right?
later in my life.
And so, but think about this. Everybody needs to make these decisions. These are simple decisions, but these are the most critical decisions that you could ever make. If you hang out with the troublemaker at work, your boss is going to associate you with them.
That's right. And
your boss is going to put you in the same category that they would put him. Oh, they're always late at lunch. They always take an extra time. They never get their work done. Okay, they're two peas of a feather flock together, right? So you really have to be careful about who you associate yourself with. And this concept of I will not be abused by people is about setting your own boundaries. That's what we are talking about tonight here. We're talking about setting the boundaries that keep you on the path of your greatest life and your greatest success, right? It's oftentimes we don't address these issues until we get angry. We don't address these issues until people are pushing our buttons, until the block is hot, until things are real uncomfortable. But I'm encouraging you to address them out front. When you see the negative spirit of a person, and you can recognize it if you just pay attention to it, when you experience that, then you're going to have to find a way to deal with that. And that means making a conscious decisions about how you deal with that. In the world of dating, you're going to meet somebody who they give you all the signs that they were brought up right. But for some reason on this very first date, they drink too much. On this very first date, they start cursing a lot. On this very first date, they get mad at the waitress and start shit. On this very first date, they start acting funny, whatever. You can assume that that is pretty much who they are. And it's not about judging, it's about observing. So here's the thing. If you come into my company and I show you and you show me something about yourself, then I'm going to almost balance how I treat you based on what I know. I know you hot-headed. I probably ain't going to have a whole lot to say to you. Right? I know that you're a certified bona fide liar. I'm not going to believe your stories, and I'm probably not going to bother with you. I know that you like to take advantage of people. I'm going to probably keep my distance from you. Right. This is how we save ourselves. This is not just a real world idea. This is a spiritual idea. You must protect yourself from anyone and everyone that might steal your energy, steal your potential, steal your money, steal your life. If you are with somebody and they are out doing things that you otherwise wouldn't approve of, but you stay with them for a whole year, at the end of that year, you're going to find out what they did, you're going to leave them, and you wasted a year. Let's not waste time on things that we know. What's the old word we say? What is understood need not be explained.
Come on now. What's recognized don't need to be explained.
I think the foundation of this conversation basically says this, that we don't need anything to pull us down. We don't need anyone to pull us down. And if I feel like you might be pulling me down in some way, I don't have a choice but to detach and move on to my greatest life and hope that you move on to your greatest life. It just won't be taking advantage of me.
And I totally agree. One of the things I can tell you also, though, is like I met many people through time, and they always had negative conversation.
Conversation, yeah.
But I understand that because I've been in corporate America for so long. I'm used to negative conversations, positivity. I push for positivity because I understand the negativity and what it draws, okay? So when I hear the negativity, it's not quick for me to want to change it. It's not quick for me to want to change the situation. I hear it. That's all I do. I hear it and I keep it moving. But when you're around people that don't know what they do, but they see what you do, they start asking questions. And after a while, I've watched people through time change what they do. That's what they was conditioned to.
Yes.
That's what they was brought up in. I don't feel like I'm supposed to judge you because of your surroundings and the fact that you was raised this way. My whole thing is, I ran into somebody and that's how they was. So guess what?
See,
I didn't change them. I just like, yo, you know.
That's what fellowship is about.
Right.
That's what I'm not suggesting that if somebody gets on your nerves, you fire them from your life.
Right.
This is an important point to make as we close this show. I'm not suggesting firing people from your life because everybody has this quirk and you don't do anybody with quirks, because we all got quirks.
Right.
I'm not saying just dismiss people. You can fellowship with people, but you don't have to get close enough for them to take advantage of you, use your emotions against you, talk you into some BS, you know, make you feel bad that you didn't do this or didn't do that, right? I'm standing I'm standing at the front of my dealership the other day, and I got headphones on, and this guy walks up in front of me, and he starts talking about something. I don't know what he's talking about, right? I got my headphones on, right? And so the girl next to me taps me and says, "Oh, he's talking to you." And so when I took the headphoons on, he was like, "Oh, what, you don't want to hear what I got to say?" I was like, "Man, how you going to impose your will on me?" And I was just standing there doing nothing.
This my free time.
Yeah, I'm just standing here minding my business. You imposing your will on me. I'm not interested in that, right? And I don't know if that was off the subject, but that's an important point to make for tonight. People will impose their will upon you. You just have to protect yourself enough to make sure that you don't get pulled into something that you don't want to be into. This is about taking care of yourself. This is about protecting your environment. This is about saying no to things and people who are not for you. This is about taking ownership of your boundaries and doing the things that you know need to be done in order to have a smooth move through life. There are a lot of other people can put you in the red zone. They can pull, take, use your emotion, have you feeling bad about things that you have nothing to do with. Don't allow that to happen. Keep your sense of self and your sense of composure. Love yourself. Love yourself regardless of what anybody else is doing in this world, right? Because you got on somebody's nerves too. I got on somebody's nerves too. We all got on somebody's nerves. But you know what? I got on somebody's nerves being who I was. And it's okay that that person's not in my life now, because I know I can be who I am, and I can turn the other cheek if I need to, even on somebody who I really care about, right?
Oh, yeah.
So let's go ahead and close out the show. Any parting words, Jay?
I'm gonna tell you, that person I was telling you about that was coming in negative, but we stayed associates for a long time, and we talked more and more. They changed what they brought to me because they start understanding where I was. I never had to ask them. So you got to understand how you impact people. So again, you don't just have to disassociate. Just be the strongest you. And then they resolve themselves around, hey, I like that. It's not for me to tell you you're wrong or you need to do this. You can incorporate what you like. Because I promise you, I incorporate like things that you do that I like, I'm going to add. Okay? But it is not me being you. It is for me to be the best me. It's my equation. And for somebody to come back and say, "Hey, I noticed you was like that, and I liked that." And I don't like talking negative either. But they was doing that. But they didn't do it no more.
They didn't do it
and
anymore.
I really feel like that's the growth that we can bring when we stay focused. Because we all go through all kinds of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But can we get better? And that's the conversation that I want to have with you on this show, is how we can improve one another. And how we can talk to one another, and we don't have to feel foolish, even though we do foolish things.
There you go.
Let's not stay a fool. That's all I want to say.
We can all do better. Let's try and do better. That's the name of the game. This has been Bar Talk with Jay. My name is Craftmatic. This is my boy Smooth Jay. And of course, we certainly thank you folks for being here with us tonight. We are here every Thursday, 7 to 8, Facebook Live.
Yes.
Please like, share, subscribe, share, subscribe. You can find us on all the other major platforms: Facebook, YouTube, Periscope, iTunes, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Amazon Podcasts. We are everywhere you want to be. You can watch the video. You can do just the audio version of us. But spend some time with these loving ideas. We appreciate your time and attention. We hope you've grown and had some some life enhancement out of this conversation. And we love you. We appreciate you. And with that, folks, we are out.
Ain't no last calls here.
Bar Talk with Jay.